If you're a Biden supporter or you're a member of the Democratic Party, you need to be worried about Donald Trump right about now because it's going down. I know what they're telling you on MSNBC and CNN. You got nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. Trump got a bunch of indictments. That's not going to be enough. Listen, I'm going to give you some advice about what the Democrats need to do. The only way I see it clear for Joe Biden to make a real run at this thing. But first, let's get into this. Listen, MSNBC, they put out an article. The title of the article says it all. It says, behind the scenes, Biden grows angry and anxious about re-election efforts. See, when the boss man's worried, you should be worried. Have you ever worked somewhere where the management employees are freaked out? They're wondering if they're going to be able to keep the lights on? How'd you feel? You think they were playing or you think they were serious, like something bad was going on? How confident were you about getting your paycheck? That's the Democratic Party right now. That's Joe Biden. On MSNBC, they had a panel. They were discussing what's happening right now in states like Michigan and Georgia, where Joe Biden's falling behind in the polls so badly because of Israel and Hamas. It's an amazing thing. There are a lot of voters that don't want Joe Biden sending money to Israel to fund a genocide. They don't feel good about it. He's doing it anyway. Now he's wondering, hey, how am I falling in the polls? You're falling in the polls because people don't like what you're doing, Joe. Check out what they said on Meet the Press. Even they had to call it out.
New reporting about the Biden campaign and about President Biden himself and how he is taking, especially all of these polls, which show him in some cases losing to former President Trump. Basically, our reporting says that Biden has grown angry and anxious about his reelection efforts. Simone, is that what you're hearing in your conversations with Democrats?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, if I were running for election against a person like Donald Trump, who has as many issues as he has and has committed as many alleged acts of criminality as he has, and I would be, you saw polls that said I was losing to him, even I would be like, well, what is going on here in America? And
what's going on here in America, Simone, is that people are doing bad. The money's not adding up. Economics ain't working out. That's what's going on. And contrary to popular opinion, a lot of Americans think that politicians are scumbags. So if you're telling me they think that, oh no, Trump broke the law, oh my God, everybody run for the rafters, we got to get out of here. No, they're thinking, yeah, Biden's probably done shit too. So has every other president. Every president in United States history is a war criminal. Let me say that one more time. Every president in United States history is a war criminal. So this idea that, Biden's hands are clean, they ain't clean. We're talking about Joe, lock him up and throw away the key Biden. So that's the first part. But more importantly to that, for my people that naysayers, because I know I got my naysayers out there, like Tim Black, come on, you're just a Biden hater. When Kristen Walker asked the question, hey, Simone, is Joe Biden getting worried, getting angry, getting anxious? What was Simone's answer? Was it, no, Biden's fine. Everything's great. He eating ice cream and driving in his Corvette. Now, she was like, yeah, he worried. And see, that was an honest moment for Simone Sanders, because we know Simone Sanders, if she could have, she would have spun it the other way. Instead, she said, hey, I'd be worried too. I'd be worried too. When you got Simone Sanders admitting that Joe Biden's worried, you need to be very worried. Up here on social media, puffing your chest out. Because you got a few paid-for influencers on TikTok, barely 20 years old, acting like Joe Biden's great, repeating talking points, handpicked by the Democratic Party. Up here selling this bullshit. Anyway, let's keep going.
So I have heard the frustration from Democrats, but also that they do believe there is time and opportunity to get their message out now that it is a one-on-one, Trump and Biden, make that contrast so that folks understand their choice come November.
But he's got to drive the message, though. I mean, Biden's got to make the case every day against Trump, almost as though he's more of the challenger than the incumbent, right? He's got to sort of do that, prosecute the case against Trump.
How do you do that from the Oval Office? That's his challenge.
Look, I think you have to have an army of surrogates out there helping you every day. And I think you also have to try to get out there and do it yourself more aggressively.
Now, this is just silly. Joe Biden's had nothing but time. He's cocky and he's arrogant. He's been sitting back for the last 3 months doing nothing. What's he been doing? What's Joe Biden been doing, really? Come on, man, let's not pretend that Joe Biden's running the country. He's not running the country. Okay, so he's sitting back. He's not having a primary, right? He's not even addressing his challenges in his own party. He didn't go up against Marianne Williamson. He didn't go up against Dean Phillips. He just sat back, he kicked back, he did nothing. He's ignoring RFK Jr. to the point RFK became an independent to run against him. And he's still ignoring him. So no, Joe Biden could have been running against Trump this entire time. That 38% approval rating that Joe Biden has right now is lower than the last 3 presidents who lost. I said the last 3 presidents that lost their re-elections, he's polling worse than they were when they lost.
All right, be careful there, Tim. Remember, a poll is only a snapshot in time. It's not a crystal ball.
Yeah, but it's a crystal ball where he's getting his ass kicked.
Good point.
Let's keep going and see what else we got. Now, this last guy, he makes a good point. In fact, he has the best analysis so far.
Look, I think that there's 2 angles that they can take here. One is this democracy angle. I would submit to you, I don't think it's working. I don't think it's working.
They would argue it has in the past. They would say
2020
it
is
did
not
2020 and 2022.
Well, abortion rights in 22 was more helpful, I think.
That's a fair point.
And abortion is part of the democracy argument.
The biggest intervening factor between 2020 and 2024 has been inflation. And that has come into effect, and people really feel the impact of that. So unless the Biden team goes directly on the economy and talks about how a second term of President Biden would potentially be better economically than a second term of President Trump, I think that's the argument that they've got to go to. And I get it. It gets a tough argument to make because most people are inclined to believe that Trump's better on it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just basic. Go economy. When all else fails, go to the money. Go to the wallet. That's all you got to do, man. It's like body shot, head shot. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Mike Tyson in the first round knocks out Jake Paul. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you guys. Democrats is the only play that you have that makes any sense. The economy, you go to the wallets. This is what people care about. Not those stupid ass identity politics issues that you want to bring up. And don't get me wrong, I know there's racism, I know there's police brutality, I know this, but they never give us policies for it anyway. They just talk about it. Okay? It's just a way to get the vote. And then they do nothing. It's not about transgenders using bathrooms. It's not about pronouns. It's not about none of that. It's about money. It's about money. And that's all it will ever be about. That will always be the number one issue. Particularly when you got Joe Biden being dumb enough to be funding a war, 2 wars, and people here struggling. We got black small businesses that have gone away and never returned. 41% of black businesses shut down due to the pandemic, due to the close downs. They never reopened. And we got Joe Biden sending money where? Ukraine and Israel. We got 17% of small businesses overall. So that's a lot of white businesses too that didn't come back. Get what I'm saying? Look, this is the only play that the Democrats have, but instead of making this play every election, they want to play games with the identity because they don't want to actually do anything financially because what? Then it messes with their donors, it messes with the corporations. They don't want Trump to raise the issue about economics because he does better on economics and because for the same reason. They don't want him messing with the donor money, don't mess with the corporation money. Get what I'm saying? So that's the only play that Joe Biden has that could even make this close. If not, Biden gets blown out. Folks, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Does Biden have an opportunity to turn this all the way around? Can he turn it around and win this? Give me a 1 if you think he can. Put a 0 if you think it's game over, set match, and the only way that Biden can win is if Trump goes to jail. But see, if you're Joe Biden and your only way to beat Trump is to hope that he goes to jail, that's like waiting on a referee to make a call. And that's a losing strategy.